Good afternoon and welcome. I am Chief Rex Troche. I would like to thank everyone for attending today's ceremony. Sorry I'm late. I was at City Hall attending some meetings. I'm trying to get over, so I apologize for starting late. We'll get started in just a moment. To the families, this is your ceremony just as much as it is for the officers, so please feel free to take photos at any time. What's very important, and I think I addressed this with the officers, is that this is a moment we can't get back. So please, when your loved one is up here, come up here, party, dance, enjoy it, take photos, show them how much you love them and appreciate them. And I've made that request to them as well. In past years, it's been very stiff, but when we say we're family, we really do mean that we're family. So please enjoy your time up here. Please know that this is being recorded, though, and it's on Facebook. That's the caveat. It'll be on video, Facebook, YouTube. So let's get started. At this time, I'm proud to introduce to you our new officers. So the first gentleman that came in, so nothing ever goes as planned down here, right? Timing, a beat changes everything. I was supposed to announce them as they came in, but that was good. You guys were into it. So we have Michael Calatori. Jordan Sullivan. Quite the following. Richard Vasquez. All right, at this time I'd like to take time to introduce the dignitaries that are in the room. I'd like to thank them for coming. We'll start off with Mayor Kyle Batty. If you'd like to come up, say a few words.
Another great day. You know, I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling good. I was telling Commissioner Koch that just a little while ago. But then I went to the gym, sweated it all out. Now I feel great. Got my endorphins going, and here we are. And trust me, you'll have days like that. You'll leave the house, you know, not feeling the best. You'll be out on these streets, questioning things. But always rely on the things that got you here. The values and the principles that were instilled in you by your families, your mentors, your friends, your leadership, and your fellow officers. They'll always have your back. We'll always have your back. You know, so I know, speaking on behalf of the commission, that speak for themselves, Commissioner Ahern Koch, Commissioner Arroyo, Commissioner Trice, and Vice Mayor and Vice Mayor Liz Alpert, that they are in your corner. They support you. We all support you. We support you at City Hall and all the leadership, Pat Robinson and Mr. Marlon Brown, who couldn't be here. But, you know, as the chief so aptly said and so eloquently said, this is family. You know, you took a leap of faith. It was your nobility, your honor, your integrity, your pride in who you are, integrity, courage, bravery. Those are the things that got you here. I'm sure those are the values that were instilled in you by your family. Because each and every time you walk out the door, they walk out there with you. So when you have those days, and they will be, just always remember what got you here. You've overcome a lot to be here. I'm sure there were people that supported you, people that were kind of on the fence, and those that probably doubted you. But you overcame that, and look at you today. So my hat's off to you. I can speak here with great pride, and welcome to the fold of the SPD, the greatest, you know, PD in the nation. All right?
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioner Jennifer Ahern Koch, would you like to say a few words? Okay. Commissioner Arroyo, would you like to say a few words?
I don't have any stories this time. Great to see all these smiling faces. Thank you all for being here. I'm not going to be long. Just wanted you to know that over the last couple of years, you see many communities that are out there. There's a lot of scrutiny in our police departments. You see marches and you see people not supporting their law enforcement officers, and I can guarantee you this is not the case in Sarasota. We fully support our law enforcement officers. We ensure that you have the best resources, the tools and training that you need to make us the best community we can be. For example, right now, Sarasota, I don't know if you know this, was ranked the #1 place to live in Florida by U.S. News and World Report. It's also number 9 in the entire country. We also have one of the highest quality of lives in the entire country. We have we have more police officers per 1,000 residents than most cities in the United States of America. Not only that, but we have the #1 beach in America, and we have among the lowest crime rates we've ever had right now in the city of Sarasota. So this is what you are going to be maintaining. Welcome to this community, which can sometimes be very demanding, but it will be, at the end of the day, very rewarding. So we're here for you. We love you. Welcome to the family.
So just to add to that, one of the great points is we talk about being family and how much they care. Recently, we had an officer-involved shooting, and I had to brief the city manager on what happened. And the first words out of his mouth were, "How was the officer?" So right there, it tells me where we stand with our leadership. So I sincerely did appreciate that. I'd also like to thank retired officer detective Carmen Woods. Where you at, Carmen? Thank you for coming. And retired officer Donzia Franklin. You here, Donzia? It's always awesome to have our legacy come back and visit us, and we do appreciate it. So thank you for being here, and I mean that. And I would like to introduce you to my command staff. We have Deputy Chief Scott Mayforth, Captain Jonathan Todd, Captain Dimitri Konstantopoulos, Captain Ken Rainey, and Captain Roberto Armstrong. I'd like to thank the families for coming today. Thanks for raising such wonderful people. We've had the time to sit down, and I've been able to interview each one of them, spend some extra time. I like to pop in on some of the trainings and surprise them, and we've had some great conversations. I have very high hopes for this group. Unlike in past groups that we brought in where it could be 0 years experience to maybe 2 or 3 years experience, we have people here with over 25 years of experience, 7 years experience, 6 years experience. So this is what I call plug and play. These are the officers that we bring in from other agencies that understand state law. They come in, they know the job. The job is the same pretty much everywhere. I feel like we really do have a higher standard when it comes to how we treat our citizens here, but we know that they all meet that standard just by having conversation with them, knowing their backgrounds, and really a lot of it came from y'all. Everybody in here that represents these 3 individuals helped raise them in some way, some experience, some advice. So we appreciate you being here. We're very fortunate to have you as well in our new family. So the process, it's a long process. In some cases it's 6 months, in some cases it's a year. In today's current state of affairs with law enforcement, we really do try to expedite it, and I'm really tough on our recruiters, and I've even suggested 3 weeks, but they've laughed at me. But we've got it down to about 3 months. When we need to expedite if we have a unicorn. And a unicorn is that person that's just super special, checks all the boxes for us, and we can't let them go. We're not going to lose them to another agency, and I let them know. We find those unicorns, we're keeping them, and you do what you have to do. So at this point, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the members of our SPD family. that played a really important role in training our officers, and some of them are here today. We have Enrique Nazario and Jack Carter right there. Raise your hands. So I've said it in the past, I'll say it again. Both of them are lieutenant colonels, retired. Jack is from the Marine Corps, Enrique is from the Army. They're both retired police officers. Jack retired with us at SPD, and Enrique retired from the Orlando Police Department. The great thing is the mix and the understanding that they have when it comes to law enforcement, military, and what the military can also bring here with respect to diversity. So they really understand what we're trying to push for here in this agency is to be a reflection of our community. That's very important to us, and you can see that that's happening here, and I see it day in, day out as I do interviews. You guys are doing an incredible job, so thank you very much. I'd also like to thank the members of the training unit. Sergeant Dan Weinsberg, is he here? Hey, Dan. Come on, man. So, Dan had an accident, and we love you, Dan. So please recover fast. I know you will. You're tough. Officer Eric Mazak, where you at, brother? Officer Nicholas Dominus. And their real boss, Tina Shumway. Where you at, Tina? She's off, so she took the day off. That's nice. Okay. So with respect to training, it's so important that you have a really special group that will give all their, they really do, they give all their time. They're flexible, they understand the importance of training. There's sites that we can't get just due to the fact of COVID, and every other agency is trying to play catch up right now. And you know, they come to me and they explain to me some of the challenges, and what do I tell them? I tell them be creative. And they're creative. And in some of that, they really have to flex their hours and change that. They can't be consistent with their own families, so they have to maybe work day and then come back in and work at night. And that's really tough on them. So I just want to let y'all know I do appreciate that, and we are very lucky to have such a special unit. So thank you guys. All right, at this time I'd like to administer the oath, and I'd like to have the candidates please stand and face the crowd. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Hereby upon my oath, solemnly swear that I will, to the best of my ability, uphold, protect, and defend the constitutions of the state of Florida and the United States of America. I further swear that I will, to the best of my ability, enforce the ordinances, laws, rules, and regulations as enacted by the City of Sarasota, Florida, the State of Florida, and the United States of America. I will at all times maintain and conduct myself in a manner befitting a police officer of the City of Sarasota, upon which I am now about to enter. Congratulations. You may be seated. At this time, Captain Konstantopoulos will call up each officer and will be joined by the person they have selected, or group, to have the honor of pinning their badge. Please remain up front while he's reading your bio, and any other family members are welcome to join. And please do, if you so choose. Thank you. Cal.
Thank you for the opportunity, Chief.
Yes, sir.
What an exciting day, certainly for our officers, their families, and for all of us. Like the Chief said, when you look through these bios, it's so very impressive, and we feel very fortunate that you're becoming members of our family. So without further delay, we'll proceed. First, I'd like to call up Officer Michael Colatorti. He will be pinned by his wife, Kaylee Colatorti. Officer Colatorti would like to recognize the following individuals who could not be in attendance today. His father, Peter, his brother, Jerry. Oh, Peter's here. All right, we've got Peter. All right, how about we got Jerry too? Okay, all right. His sister, Teresa, and his beloved mother, Anna, who passed away in 2019. Rest in peace. Officer Colatorti is 32 years old. He's from Illinois. He attended Addison Trail High School and received his associate's degree from the College of DuPage in Applied Science and Law Enforcement. He attended the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy in Illinois and then completed his equivalency training at the St. Petersburg Southeastern Public Safety Institute. He began his law enforcement career at Rivers Casino from 2014 to 2015. He then joined the North Lake Police Department in Illinois in 2015. He has 7 years' experience as a police officer in the western suburbs of Chicago. His influence to become an officer came from a family member who was with the Chicago Police Department and encouraged him to become an officer. Congratulations, Officer Colatorti. Next, Officer Jordan Sullivan. Officer Sullivan will be pinned by her cousin, Rachel Manzo. Also attending, her mother, Gail Sullivan, her father, Neil Sullivan, a former police officer from Rhode Island, and his wife, Chrissy Sullivan, her brother, Joseph, her sister, Grace, her sister-in-law, Natalie, her nephews, Ezra and Thomas, her brother-in-law, Gabe, and her aunt, Mary Manzo. Officer Sullivan is 36 years old. She graduated from Riverview High School and the Sarasota County Technical Institute for Criminal Justice Operations, class of 2004. She attended the University of Central Florida and graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a minor in psychology in 2008. She received her master's degree in criminology from the University of South Florida in 2011. She received her law enforcement certificate from the Suncoast Technical College Criminal Justice Academy in 2012. She was an officer with the Bradenton Police Department from 2015 to 2021, where she served as a field training officer and also a member of the Marine, SWAT, and Honor Guard units. She worked for the Holmes Beach Police Department in 2021. Congratulations, Officer Sullivan. Moving on. Next, Officer Richard Vasquez. Officer Vasquez will be pinned by his wife, Marie Dumont Vasquez. Officer Vasquez is 52 years old. He was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. He served in the U.S. Army Reserves as a forward observer in the artillery. His extensive education includes 2 master's degrees, one in criminal justice and the other in ethical leadership. He also has graduate certificates in terrorism studies and police leadership and supervision, and a bachelor's degree in community and human services. His prior work history includes the New York City Police Department from 1991 to 2011. He worked in various units within the city and retired as a lieutenant. He served as the chief of police from 2012 to 2016 at the town of Woodbury Police Department. From 2016 to 2018, he served as the deputy inspector general at the New York City Department of Investigations, and from 2018 to 2019 as the inspector general. He is a recipient of the NYPD Combat Cross. Officer Vasquez is a member of the Florida Police Chiefs Association, the International Association of Chiefs of Police, New York State Chiefs Association, FBI National Academy Associates, Alpha Phi Sigma National Criminal Justice Honor Society, the American Legion, and the Rockland County Police Hispanic Society as the immediate past president. He has been in law enforcement for 30 years and came to Sarasota with his bride to join our SPD family as a civilian investigator. He realized how much he missed being a sworn officer. He's grateful to be chosen to serve the city of Sarasota. Congratulations, Officer Vasquez.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, you sit down, sweetie. It's the chief. You sit down. She is good.
Thank you. So, funny story about Richie. So I remember being at my table and I'm getting the files from the recruiters, and I pull up his file and I'm looking through his background, his education, and I'm like, so I call in Barb, my admin assistant, and I have her sit down and read this. She reads it. I go, I'm not hiring this guy. No way. I mean, this guy's killing me. I mean, so, but the good thing at the time was we were hiring him as a civilian investigator, right? So I'm like, no worries, he's not going criminal, no problem. And then he gets interest and he hears that we need some help on the street, and he gets interest on the road. And I'm like, oh man, I've just set it. I've set the wheels in motion. So then I have him come in. We have a chit chat. I try to get to know everybody as they come through the agency. And I don't know if you remember this, but we're sitting at my table, and he sees my library of books. Not that I read them all, I just try to look smart, my trophies. And he goes, Blue Bloods, that book. I go, yeah, you read that? He goes, I'm in it. I'm like, God. And then 15 minutes later, I'm getting the email, hey, check page 319. That's where I'm at. And sure enough, he was on that page. So one thing that's really important is I learned as a leader, you got to put your ego aside, right? We're trying to do the best for the agency at the end of the day. I want to bring in the smartest, the brightest. I want to bring in people that are smarter and brighter than me, and that's what we have here in these 3 people that can move this agency forward. I want to have different opinions at the table. I want to have healthy discussions. My command staff knows we have healthy discussions, and I'll throw it on the table. I'll let them have it out, and it's not my opinion, right? I want to hear what they have to say, and then I want them to change my mind, because it needs to be very healthy. We have to think again, right? Great book that I'm in the process of reading. So it's very important that you empower your people, and I think that's what we do at this agency. So to bring all this talent on board, I'm not afraid of it. They're not afraid of it. We embrace it because we want it. We need it in this city. That's how important it is. This is our legacy. Like we're towards the end of our careers, and we want to ensure that we leave a great legacy here to keep moving forward with this agency. And so that's the conversation I've had with you all in the past is you have your shield and you have your nameplate, right? If you protect that shield's going to protect you at the end of the day, every time. You treat that shield right, you do what you have to do, and when things happen, that shield will protect you. And at the end of the day, It really comes down to that name tag, right? That name that's on your chest, that name of the people that educated you, that helped you through tough times. That's your last name. No one can take that away from you. We might be able to take the shield, but we'll never be able to take that last name. So when you're in those calls for service and you're in doubt, remember the shield, remember that name tag, okay? And it'll save you. When I say we're family, I mean we're family, and we're about officer success at this agency. And without officer success, we have no success as a team. And we understand that here, and we've been preaching that for a long time, and I think it's finally getting through to a lot of people that we really are about our officers, and when we treat our officers right, they're gonna go in the community, and they're gonna treat our people right. So it's very important. So, with that being said, that is the end of the ceremony. That's the end of me preaching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for surprising us. That's amazing. I love Chi-Town. Go Chi-Town, go Cubs. Thank you.